back with the second session. Session 2. Introduction to Excel. Worksheet basics. Functions. What is a function? A function is named operation. Functions have a name, parenthesis, parameters, argument inside the parenthesis. The word parameter and the argument mean the same thing. You can have many parameters for the function separated with commas. The number of parameters in one one more than the number of commas. The sum of function. Example, function result by is equal to sum 1 2 3 4 5 is equal to 15. Sum is equal to sum a1 b1 c1 a1 plus b1 plus c1 is equal to sum 9 comma a1 comma b2 comma 5 comma c1. 9 plus a1 plus b2 plus 5 plus c1. Terminology. Sum 1 2 3 4 5. The name of the function is sum. The parameters or the argument to these functions are 1 2 3 4 and 5. The entire thing, that is sum 1 2 3 4 5, is a function call. The value of the function call is 15. Another way to say this that the function call returns 15. Ranges. Example, a1 is to c3. Ranges. A rectangular box of cell is called a range. The name of range is the name of the upper left cell of the range, followed by a column, followed by the lower right cell of the range. Example, a1 is to b2 is shorthand for a1 a2 b1 b2. See the slide for more examples. Example of range names. C3 is equal to A10. B2 is to B5. B3 is to E3. Using a range as a parameter. Ranges can be specified as a parameter to a function call. Both of the following function call produce the same results is equal to A1 plus B1 plus C1 plus A2 plus B2 plus C2 plus A3 plus B3 plus C3 plus A4 plus B4 plus C4. However, the second version uses the range and is much shorter. Without a range, y is equal to sum A1 plus A1 comma B1 comma C1 comma A2 comma B2 comma C2 comma A3 comma B3 comma C3 comma A4 comma B4 comma C4. With a range y is equal to sum of A1 is to C4. Function call with multiple parameters. You can include multiple ranges in the cell as parameters. Example, the following function call has 3 parameters. There are 2 ranges, A1 is to B2 and C4 is to C7. One number 100 and one cell reference D3 equal to sum A1 is to B2 100 comma C4 is to C7 comma D3 is the same as equal to sum A1 comma A2 comma B1 comma B2 100 comma C4 comma C5 comma C6 comma C7 comma D3. Other functions. Functions dialog. Functions dialog box. Categories, that is group of functions. Passive functions, the most recently used are financial, date, timing, math, string, statistical, lookup, and reference database test, logical information. Function name, average, weights, all these are the function names. Average number 1 or 2 returns the average arithmetic mean of the arguments, which can be numbers or the names are references that contains. Description of selected function. Function editor. Double click on the function name to get a dialog box that helps you to enter the values for the parameter of function. See next slide. Function editor. Put the values of the parameter in the edit boxes. When you press OK, this will create the function called average. To A1 is to C2 F1 C2 comma F13. Average, you can see put the values parameter in the edited boxes. Returns the average arithmetic mean of its argument which can be numbers or names, arrays, or the references that contain numbers. Number 3, number 1, number 2 are 1 to 30 numeric argument for which you want to the average. Formula result is equal to 2. Example, average formula that contains a function value is equal to average 2, 4, 10, 4. Average A1 F32 is equal to average A1 is to C13. Average A1 is equal to C1 plus 2. Average 2, 4, 10, 4 is equal to 5 is equal to A1 and F32 is equal to A1 plus F32 by 2 divided by 2. In this way you can see all the sections over here, like A1 plus B1 plus C1 divided by 3, A1 plus B1 plus C1 plus 10 divided by 4. Combining functions and other values in a single formula. Functions and other values. You can combine functions, cell references and the literal values to make a complex Excel formula. Examples, 3 plus B23 into sum of D20 is to G20 is equal to sum of A1, 100 into average D10 is to J10 is equal to 10, 100 divided by average B2, C2, D30 plus average F1 is to F20. Other types of cell references. References to entire rows, references to entire column, reference to cell or ranges on the other worksheets, that is tabs. Entire rows, example 2 is to 2 or 2 is to 4. A cell reference of the formula row name is to row name refers to the range of cells for those rows. Example, the reference to is to refers to all the cells on the second row. The following formulas adds of all the values on the second and the fourth row of the spreadsheet is equal to sum 2 is to 2, 4 is to 4. Another example, the reference is 2 is to 4 refers to all the cells on the second, third and the fourth rows. The following formulas add up all the values on the second, third, fourth and 11th, 12th and the 13th, 14th and 15th rows of spreadsheet is equal to 2 is to 4, 10 is to 15. Entire columns, example B is to B or B is to D. A cell reference for a form column name name is to column name refers to the range of all the cells for those columns. Example, the reference B is to B refers to all the cells in the second column. The following formulas add up all the values in the second and the fourth column for the spreadsheet and is equal to sum B is to B, D is to D. Another example, the reference B is to D reference refers to all the cells in the second, third and the fourth column. The following formulas add up all the values in the second, third, fourth, sixth and seventh columns of the spreadsheet is equal to sum B is to D, G is to F is to G. Reference to the cells on the other worksheet. Cell on another sheet name, cell reference. Range on another sheet name, range. Row on another sheet name, row is to row. Column on another sheet name, column is to column. If a sheet name has space in it, you must surround the sheet name with apostrophes, that is single quote. Example, sheet 2 A1, sheet 2 B4 is to C8, 2002 forecast F3 is to F10 is equal to sum 2002 forecast F3 is to F10 is equal to sum 2002 forecast F is to F. More examples, add up values from the different sheet is equal to sum grade stocks B2 is to C4, so stocks B2 is to C4. This next one is a little confusing, is equal to sum A1 A apostrophe A1 plus A1 comma B1 is to B4, B1 apostrophe B4 comma C apostrophe C is to C. Explanation, A1, this all the cell references on the current sheet. A apostrophe A1 is the name of a sheet. A1 is a cell on the A sheet. B1 is to B4. This is the range of the current sheet. B1 apostrophe B4. B1 is the name of the sheet. B4 is a cell on the B1 sheet. C apostrophe C is to C. C is the name of a sheet. C is to C is all the cells in the column on the C sheet. Absolute and relative cell references. Absolute and relative cell references by default, when you copy the formula that contains that contains a cell reference, Excel will automatically adjust the cell reference. You can stop Excel from automatically adjusting the cell reference by using one or more dollar signs in cell reference. These are called absolute cell reference. A call reference without a dollar sign is a relative reference. Examples: the following all the refers to the same cell: D9 dollar D dollar 9 dollar D9 D dollar 9. The only difference between these cells references relates to what happens when you copy a formula that contains the cell reference. Absolute cell reference dollar $D dollar 9. This is an absolute cell reference. If I copy a formula with this cell reference, the cell reference will not change at all. Relative cell reference D9. This is a relative cell reference, changing the column. If I copy this cell reference to another column, the D will increment on one letter for every cell that I move over over to the right. The D will decrement one letter for the every cell that I move over to the left, changing the row. If I copy this cell reference to the another cell, the 9 will increment by 1 for every cell that I move down. The 9 will decrement by 1 for every cell that I move up. Mixed references $D9 and $D9. These are mixed cell references. $D9, the D which stays the same when you copy the cell, but the 9 will change. $9, the D will change when you copy the cell, but the 9 will remain the same. Data types numeric values, any numbers, operators, place, addition, subtractions, multiplication, dividend, and percentage. Sample functions: sum, average, maximum, minimum, etc. Text aka character or string. Values: any group of letters or numbers or special characters. Prefix the value in a cell of apostrophe to force a text value. Operators and concatenation. Sample functions: right, left, mid, lower, upper, length, etc. Data dates, values, dates and times. Operators n divided by a. Sample functions: now, today, hour, minute, etc. Logical aka boolean. Values: true, false. Operators: left hand side, right hand side equal, left and right hand side left equals to left hand side, right hand side equal. Sample functions: if, and, or, not, is blank. Data types for values in cell. By default, a cell contains a number is treated as numeric data. A cell that contains a date is treated as date data. We'll see more about this later. A cell contains that which is not numeric, and a date is treated as text. Text data. Text, string, character. The following three terms are all used to refer the text data. All three terms mean the same: text data, string data, character data. This presentation will generally use the term text data, but you should be familiar with the term string data and character data. Text data. Text data is used to store general purpose text. Example: name, place, description, etc. You cannot do math with text values, obviously. Text isn't a part of numerical calculations, obviously. Formula view. Formula: to add up all numbers in column C. Formula view: press Ctrl slash minus, same spreadsheet. Text a data in C1 is not included in the sum. Values view: print Ctrl. You can find here 3 in text functions. Text functions. Many functions are used to manipulate text values. The following are the only some of them: right, left, mid, concatenate, lower, upper, length. Right, left, and mid, lower. Right, left, and mid function. Right function. The right function is used to isolate a specific number of characters from the right hand side of a text value. Example on the next slide. Right, text, number, characters. You can see this as examples. These are all the examples over here for the right number text character sign. Right number character is optional. The number character parameter is in the right function is optional. If you don't specify it, the default is 1. Formula view. Right is to 1. You can see here the mark over here is equal to right a2. These produce the same results. Values view what say calls to the right function. The left function is the same as the right function, but it returns characters from the left side of the value. Mid text start position number characters. Mid is used to get values from the middle of the same text. Mid takes three parameters: the original text, the position of the start taking the new value from, the number of characters to take for the new value. Example: mid text start position number character. This example extracts the second through the fourth character from the original text. Formula view, values view, concentration and the complement function. Concatenation and use and the combine or concatenate two different text values. Formula view, first name, last name, full name, and the views value. Notice that there is no space between the values. Contain many values. You may contain many values together. Formula view, first, middle, last, full. And values view, first, middle, last, full. Concatenate with literal values. You can also concatenate literal values. You must include the literal values inside code. For example, to display spaces in the full name. In the previous example, you could use the following formula. Each space that you want to display must be included in quotes is equal to A2 and B2 and C2. Don't forget any of these ands. Continental spaces example. You can continent spaces into formula. Formula view A, B, C, D, middle, first, last and full. Values views. Values contain spaces. In this we can contain spaces over here. Right here. Left with and in the same formula. You can combine the results of different functions calls with constellation. Formula view A, B, C, first, last, initials. Value views first, last, initials. Putting it all together in the same in this example we concatenate periods into the initials. Formula view A, B, C, first, last, initials. Value views first, last, initials. The initials now contain periods. You can find over here. Concatenate function. You can see the concatenate function instead of the ampersand and. The following formulas are equivalent A1, B1 and C1. Concatenate A1, B1, C1. The concatenate function can take as many parameters as you like. Thanks for watching. I'll explain my next tutorial in my next session.